Alaska. Here among the rugged mountains, dense forests, and towering glaciers, lies a mysterious stretch of wilderness where more than 16,000 people have gone missing since 1988. Locals refer to this area as the Alaska Triangle.
The Alaska Triangle stretches from Juneau in the south to Anchorage in the middle, all the way up to Utqiagvik at the most northern point in Alaska. Like other triangle areas of the world, planes will crash, people will go missing, but the Alaska Triangle seems to be more volatile than other areas of the world.
You have to remember that Alaska has some of the most notoriously difficult terrain, weather, and it has the highest number of private planes anywhere in the United States. So in one sense, it's not surprising they have a number of people that go missing there. In another sense, it's quite fantastic when you look at the stories behind the missing.
In January 1950, a Douglas C-54D Skymaster, taking off from Elmendorf Air Force Base, was headed toward Montana. It was a beautiful day, only a few clouds in the sky, yet just as it passed over into Yukon territory, the Air Force lost complete radio contact with it. Both United States and Canadian military forces teamed up, about 7,000 personnel, scanning 350,000 square miles of territory for this missing airplane, and couldn't find a thing. But what's even stranger is just 2 weeks later, a smaller plane went down in the same area. They were able to find that immediately. Yet the larger airplane, the Skymaster, they've never been able to find a thing. It completely disappeared.
When you look at the Alaska Triangle, one of the few times a search and rescue person has ever disappeared was an individual named Gerald DeBerry. And he was on a search outside of Fairbanks, and he was on an ATV, and he never showed back up after the search. The Alaska State Troopers bring canines in, the canines can't find a scent. They bring professional trackers in, they can't find tracks. And strangely, they couldn't find the ATV. It was a year later, a hiker finds the ATV, engines turned off, and the Alaska State Troopers went in and did another massive search. He's never been found.
The number of people that are reported missing in Alaska every year is twice as high as the national average. But can all of these disappearances be explained by Alaska's unforgiving wilderness? It's possible, but there are those who believe that something more extraordinary may be taking place. And as evidence, they point to stories in local folklore that describe strange creatures suddenly appearing out of thin air.
Alaska is an area where there are many unknowns, many mysteries, and there are very common stories of what you might call monsters and the like. One of the very compelling examples actually comes from the Kenai Peninsula, in the southern part of it. There's an abandoned town called Portlock. It was a cannery town, a very successful one early on, but it started getting terrorized by a monster. And so this monster would attack people, kill people, to the point where by 1950, the entire town was abandoned. This creature was identified as the Nantiak. Nantiak can be thought of very much in the sort of wider tradition of Bigfoot or Sasquatch, somewhere on the slippery slope between man and creature.
Some people have suggested that these are entities that live between worlds, that they come through portals and they return back through portals. What this world is they come from, we don't know, but they're rarely seen. They often disappear into thin air. So there is a good chance that it's not just that people get lost in the wilderness, but actually they're being transported with these beings to other realms.
Could strange creatures really be traveling to the Alaska Triangle from other realms? While such an idea may sound like a far-fetched fantasy, many researchers claim that it's entirely possible. Because scientists have discovered that there are numerous geological anomalies found throughout this mysterious area.
The land in Alaska is extremely volatile. The U.S. Department of the Interior did a geological survey in the area and discovered negative magnetic anomalies that are prevalent in the area. They can wreak havoc with guidance systems, compasses, all kinds of electronic equipment that can cause planes and other vessels to go missing or crash. And there are theories that these anomalies can spawn portals, these doorways into other dimensions.
While geological activity in Alaska is known to cause magnetic anomalies, could it also be creating portals in this area, as some believe? At the moment, we can't say for sure. But one thing is certain. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people continue to mysteriously disappear in the Alaska Triangle every year.